Greetings, everybody. My name is Shamini Jan, and I'm the founding director for the Consciousness and Healing Initiative. And today I have the great pleasure and honor of speaking with Sraddhalu Ranade from the Sri Aurobindo Ashram. Sraddhalu is a scholar, an educator, and a scientist. I'll be asking him some questions today, and I think we'll all look forward to receiving his answers. Sraddhaluji, thank you so much for sitting with me today. One of the things that really struck me as I've been listening to you over the past few days is the understanding and the philosophy that Sri Aurobindo and the Mother put forth, that this new time that we're entering in, this this beautiful offering of an elevated consciousness in ourselves can be very much embodied. So, and we discussed this before, that often the perception behind much of the Vedic philosophy is it's reflected in certain traditions has been one of, I become enlightened and I leave. I leave this world of Maya, I'm done, I leave all of this. And it seems to me that the perspective that you shared is quite different.
Yes. Sri Aurobindo is distinctive in this, that unlike most of the existing traditions which declare the world as a domain of ignorance or as a domain of suffering, which is intractable and unresolvable, Sri Aurobindo points out that even this material manifestation originates in the divine consciousness, and therefore is intended to, and is potentially capable of, and is intended to manifest divinity. But the evolution currently is incomplete. Therefore, in almost all the existing spiritual traditions, as one rises into a higher spiritual consciousness, there is this idea that you leave behind the body and the material world, abandon it, so to say, because anyway it cannot experience that and is stuck in the domain of ignorance. But Sri Aurobindo says that one can ascend to a higher consciousness, and with the power of the higher consciousness one can turn upon matter and awaken matter and make it a fit instrument for manifesting divinity. In fact, this is really the true goal of evolution. You see, in the whole evolutionary journey, step by step, higher and higher levels of consciousness are being embedded into matter, and matter reorganized in terms of those. So first there was dead matter, which is rock, and then you have a life force which enters the rock and awakens in it the possibility of living tissue. And then you have a mind consciousness which takes up this living plant tissue, and out of it emerges a conscious living tissue. That's the substance of our human tissue: brain, mind, body. And then a further step, which is the next inevitable step, is a divine consciousness now descending, taking up this human tissue and clay and transforming it and raising it to a new level, which we may call perhaps a divine substance, even a divine body, capable of expressing the divine consciousness without distortion, without limitation, free of ignorance. So such is the nature of the evolutionary journey that Sri Aurobindo sees. And the body, therefore, is not merely a wick supporting a flame, but getting burnt in the process. But the body itself becomes a vehicle that embodies the divine consciousness and manifests it rather than concealing it.
Thank you. I think that's so heartening for many of us to hear, who have a deep reverence for this planet and a desire to help facilitate the transformation in an embodied form.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
We had been listening to Sraddhaluji from the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, who has been sharing his wisdom with us today, and will also be sharing it at the November 4th Summit, Consciousness and Healing Summit in San Diego.